T minus 10 minutes.
Ja, eigentlich das wäre ja anders.
T minus 9 minutes. T minus 8 minutes. T minus 7 minutes. T minus 6 minutes. T minus 5 minutes. T minus 4 minutes.
Für eigentlich der anblich.
T minus 3 minutes.
Too many faces, noises, the ones corrupted. Cut off the ones who want you to suffer. Cut off the poison, escape the crowd. Take out the ones who keep you down. Find somewhere pure, an island in the sky.
With state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and
I was scared to fade away in the background. Took everything you gave, stripped away my face to hide. But I'm not gonna waste my time again. Sick of all the lies you'd always spin. I'm the same person I was then. I've always been.
Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0.
Is when I'm sipping you. You know where I go when we're dancing. Handshakes in the Hamptons and getting drunk in the mansions with you. Yeah. And you look so classic. Come through with that magic. You know that I'm about to smash it. It's true.
Alright, thank y'all. Let's see what
I could take it to the room or I could take it to the beach. But we gotta leave at 9 cause I gotta get my sleep. You could be the early bird, I'ma give you that worm. Get with me, I'll take you around the world. Cause if it's gold, I'll throw it away. You're worth more than every single chain. Walk with a lamp, it just means I'm cool. Next trip I take is just me and you. You know where I go.
But without further ado,
I guess to close it out, we'll do our handshake.
indeed, episode 10
Signing off.
in the books.
Let me tell y'all something. You make right night, but always remember, wake up in the morning. If he could do it,
This isn't a movie.
he believed in himself. And you can too.
Man, you're gonna put it on me like that?
You can do anything that you want. You can get singing lessons, get a better job, make more money. You could be even like rich. You could live in the White House someday. You could be president.
Me?
Do what you want to do. It's not about it's not up to other people.
It's true.
It's up to you.
Welcome to the
Hello, hello.
Handshake by the High Five. We are the sports podcast that mainly focuses on Florida and Florida State football and baseball, sometimes the NFL and other pro sports also. My name's Jacob, and this is Josh.
Hi, hello, yeah. If you want to stay updated with everything going on as far as the channel goes, I can't.
I don't know what's so funny, but
It's the lights that are about to go out in about 30 seconds.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to stay up to date with everything going on as far as the podcast, everything going on as far as the channel, we have all sorts of stuff on our YouTube channel as well. Yes, Twitch is great as far as streaming goes, but we can't keep our stuff on there all the time. So literally, please go to the YouTube channel. Literally has all of our older stuff. Jacob has been an absolute doll and blessing. Uploading everything on it, so it's been great. Definitely, please be watching that as well. There are quite a bit of people who do watch Twitch while we're live, and also after we post it, which we really are appreciative of. But also, if you want to rewatch something from like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, or something, it's always there. But if you want to, get to know me and Jacob, a little bit more on a personal level. You want to slide in the DMs, shoot your shot,
For
aka,
sure.
talk ball. Here are all the socials for us. Definitely the Instagram is big for me and Jacob as far as our Instagram stories go. We put a lot of actually really good content out there as far as, we honestly, if we didn't have our 9-to-5 jobs, we would be like Adam Schefter with the Instagram reels.
Oh,
like
for
the
sure,
news
yeah.
would be out there like automatically. So we always have stuff on there every single day as far as news goes. Also some high quality memes as well, so that's always nice to add.
And some inspirational videos.
Indeed. We love the inspirational videos like the one that we just played beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Love that one. That one was a really good one that we found on TikTok. But
Yeah.
yeah, we literally posted all in between. So that's mainly our Instagram. Twitter's a little bit different. That's mainly just going to be sports. At least for me. Jacob might be a little bit different.
I retweet a bunch of random stuff.
You
Stuff
tweet a
that I
bunch
think
of
that's
random
funny or sports stuff.
Sports stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I am mainly sports only. I troll a tad bit every now and again when there's an incompetent sports fan. But other than that, there are our personal Twitch handles. Mine's going to be JTV Tree. I have my big, lovely boy over here.
The J Dodd high five. Yeah. Man, I was trying to cough, but that didn't work. Give a mic. Yeah. If you want to follow us on any of those, my Twitch I haven't posted in a long time. Josh used to be like very frequent on his stuff.
On there every night.
But here coming soon, I think once time starts opening up more for me after football season, there will be a lot more Twitch streams because
it did seem like me and you were on a whole lot summerish.
Yeah.
Before football season started.
Like as soon as college football came out, like the video game, we were playing on Twitch,
which was
pretty
a few
consistently.
Weeks
yeah.
Before the college football season actually originally started. Yes, a lot.
Yeah,
like
once
all the time we were playing so much.
Yeah, once football season winds down, we'll be getting back on that because not a lot of people are going to be distracted. So, but we got a good bit of news to go through. Some commitment news for recruiting for college football. We have some look back on some games that happened this weekend for Florida and Florida State. And look ahead on, Florida State's on a bye week this week.
Thank God.
But look ahead on the football games that are going to be happening this weekend. And there's a lot of playoff contention games that happened this past weekend. It's going to happen this weekend.
Yes.
We got to talk about great games. But before we dive into what we usually do, we got to dive into the news about ourselves.
Oh, indeed.
Indeed.
One of the favorite kind of topics that we like to go through. One of our which listener is it that literally every single time we forget to do random?
Oh, Amy! Every time we forget, she's just like, "You forgot! You forgot!" We're not gonna forget anymore. No. We're gonna try not to.
We're gonna try not to forget. Who knows?
Yeah, but now it's time for our random story of the week. So, my random story of the week happened today.
What happened today?
Well, today is Veterans Day.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, happy Veterans Day, and thank you to all who served.
Yes, thank you to everyone who served, including my dad.
Yes, big thank you to you, Dad. But today, because I had the day off, I technically didn't have the day off because I was working around the house.
That free labor.
Yeah, free labor. Well, it's for myself, too. Our front window, we had the remodel of our house done probably about a year and a half ago. And I've been putting off doing the window for a long time. So I finally was able to do it. And looks good. Took all day doing it. Man, I tell you, sheetrock's really paid off for me. After doing it for almost 7 years straight, or 6, 7 years.
You can finally do it somewhat pretty decently.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident on my work.
You're pretty
confident enough that I can do it in my own house. I can look at every single day.
Uh-huh.
It's different when you're doing somebody else's house. Because, like, you want to do good when you're doing somebody else's stuff. But if you did bad, you could go home, you can go to sleep, wake up, and you don't have to look at your nasty sheetrock work. But if you do bad at your own house, you wake up and you're like, oh, God, I got to fix that. But I don't want to. Yeah, but me and my dad had a lot of fun. We fixed up the trim, made it look really good. So our house is starting to come together again.
Very nice.
Yeah. Now that prices are going to get a little better on construction stuff like wood and sheetrock, so I'm going to start doing some remodeling at the house again. So, yeah.
Remodeling at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sounds like you had a fun little weekend.
Yeah. A very good weekend. Went out, had some fun with some friends. Celebrated my buddy's sister's birthday and another buddy's birthday. So, yeah. Pretty chill.
Pretty chill.
Yeah.
Besides going to a bunch of birthdays and putting up sheetrock, it was pretty chill.
Yeah. Used to be a normal week for me.
Very cool. Very nice.
Yeah, what you been up to?
Honestly, I'm going to be 1,000% honest. Saturday, I thought was Thursday.
Really?
Yep. Today, I thought was Friday. My mom thought today was Saturday. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So I would say that I did a whole bunch of amazing things this past weekend or past week, but honestly, I don't know whether yesterday was 3 days ago or 8 days ago. No, I'm just playing.
Jeez.
No, it was no, it was a good weekend. Did a whole lot of catching up on sleep, and a whole lot of watching FSU shock the world again.
Yeah. It's very shocking.
But honestly, it was just a nice, chill weekend.
There you go.
I didn't do a whole lot. Got to play the new, been grinding the new Black Ops 6.
I gotta say, the new Black Ops is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, yes. Yeah. The campaign scared me to death. By the way, Brooks, I hate you still for telling me that it was a little scary and then made me play it at like 11:30 at night. Still hate you for that.
I'm glad I didn't.
But, yeah, it's a great game. I love it.
What level are you right now? Because I'm 23.
What was it, 15, 16? I was literally
I
playing
thought you were
it.
18. 18 or 19.
Did I level up from 15 to 19?
I did level you up when I was playing for you earlier. And I got you a level up on the gun. So, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, a lot of great games have came out this year. College Football 25, Black Ops, and I think a new Halo just came out this year. I haven't played Halo in forever.
Yeah.
But
Warhammer.
Airplane Sim.
Airplane Sim.
No,
R.I.P. I don't think I've played that thing since the last stream.
That is true.
It's fun until you're, flying for 45 minutes, actual time to get somewhere. And it's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that is true. So y'all probably wondering what this ugly green bottles are doing in front of us.
We've heard.
We heard a lot of mixed reviews about this drink, and it finally came across it today while I was at Dollar General. So I was like,
Dollar General.
Perfect drink to do an under review. So this goes into our next segment, under review. We're going to put this under the spotlight, make sure this is the drink that everybody wants to have. I know we're a little late. This was a Halloween drink, but we're going to do it now. So it's called Fanta Haunted Apple.
Fanta. I love how you. I love how this man says Fanta every single time. He says Fanta.
It's Fanta.
It's Fanta.
It's definitely Fanta.
It's Fanta.
Okay. This one's for the new Beetlejuice movie.
Oh my gosh! It smells so bad.
Dude,
it smells so bad.
I haven't got a whiff of it. It smells horrible.
It smells like an artificial cinnamon apple.
It smells like
Except
the
like
apple
cigarettes.
cinnamon candles you would get from like Home
it
Goods.
smells like Robitussin, like cough syrup. It smells like Vicks Vapor Rub. It smells
So many
like
different
Vicks
things. Oh my
Vapor Rub.
goodness.
Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I found something that's better than Vicks.
It smells like a bad apple pie.
Oh yeah. That color is.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say what it looks like.
I don't think I'm going to be able to drink this whole drink. I think I just wasted money on those. So far, it's a 0 out of 10. And we haven't had a 0 out of 10 so far in this segment.
Oh, it's so.
Ugh. Hold on. I want y'all to see how up close about this. This is disgusting. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, I'm coming back. Have you taken a sip yet?
No. To communism.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it tastes like communism. Ugh. Okay. It tastes like I just took a bite out of a big old apple spice candle. Or apple cinnamon candle. Ugh.
The crazy thing is, it tastes how the candle section at Cracker Barrel smells.
If you walk over and you go, it's like that.
It tastes like Cracker Barrel. And you know what? It's so bad. It's probably because I'm so fat.
It's kind of like the Beetlejuice movie, the original Beetlejuice movie. It's so bad that it's actually good. No, it's not actually good. This sucks.
What's your review?
Okay, I said earlier we haven't had a 0 out of 10 yet, and we're still not going to have a 0 out of 10 because I'm going to give this a -3.
A -3.
This is pretty bad. I'm not drinking this anymore. This is disgusting. Nope. This ref says no good. This is like a 15-yard penalty. You actually like it.
It smells. It tastes. Wait, time out. With the smell and the taste, it's like if you took Cracker Barrel candle section and you mixed it with cinnamon apple oatmeal. Can you taste the cinnamon apple oatmeal?
Yeah, I can. Now that you're saying it, I hate it even worse.
Do you think that's how I got it?
You think that's all they got?
No, do you think that's how they got it? Like green eggs and ham. Like it's just blended up and liquefied.
That's disgusting.
This is 1,000,000,000 times better than that nasty Mountain Dew you had me try, the orange one.
Oh, the Live Wire was pretty nasty, yeah.
6.5.
6.5?
Brother, I'm almost done with the soda.
You can have mine. I don't want it.
I feel like one's just... Honestly, I don't even think I could drink the rest of it. Oh my God. Did you see how many sugars are in this, Jacob?
No.
70.
70 grams of sugar. You have fun with that, bud.
No, I'm done.
This is our under review.
Oh, I already feel sick. I was drinking that so quick.
No, that's disgusting. Disgusting. Josh is probably going to end up going into the bathroom later on in this episode, but it's A-okay. But now that we're done with our under review and our story of the week, we can actually dive into the actual sports we have for us. Let's get this out of my way. This is...
We don't endorse this. This is
Fanta, rue your days. They're disgusting. Absolutely nasty. You ready to... Let's dive into some college football news.
Let's dive into some college football news. Do you want to start?
I'm going to go ahead and start because you started last week. I'll start this week. So this past weekend, the Florida Gators flew over to Texas to play the Longhorns in a game that everybody had a very good feeling that was not going to end up well for Florida. And everybody's feelings were absolutely correct. Florida shows up with abundance of injuries on their injury report. Had to go with, I guess, their fourth-string quarterback or their third-string quarterback, Warner. It was his first actual collegiate start. He's the transfer from Yale. He is now a redshirt freshman. He was a true freshman last year. During the game, he went 12 for 25, 132 yards, and 2 interceptions with 0 touchdowns.
Brock Glenn numbers.
Yes, some Brock Glenn numbers. It shows how far we are with DJ Lagway, and without him, we have nothing. Which, given that we do have close to 12 injuries on our injury report, so it doesn't look very well on both the offense side of the ball and the defense side of the ball. That game in Jacksonville really beat up Florida and Georgia because Georgia did have a lot of people out during their game this past week against Ole Miss. But Florida just basically had a bunch of freshmen, true freshmen, and a bunch of sophomore out there playing this past week and getting their first playing time, which is good for experience for next year, but not looking good if you just put a microscope on this one game. No. Because Florida walked away with only 17 points to Texas 49. In the third quarter, it looked like Texas was just going to walk away with like a 62-0 win. But Florida was able to finally get that field goal after missing the first field goal on the second quarter. Trey Smack missed what looked like could have been an easy field goal for himself, but ended up missing it. Later on down the game, finally got his field goal. Florida scored 2 touchdowns, both on the ground. So not the best day for our quarterbacks. But Quinn Edwards.
No.
I keep saying his name wrong.
No. Quentin Ewers.
Quentin Ewers.
Ewers. Oh, my Lord.
I still can't say his name right to save my life.
Ewer. Quentin Ewers.
Yeah. He had a game for the ages on Saturday. He went 19 for 27, 333 yards, and 5 touchdowns with 0 interceptions.
Man, Ewers knows how to,
play a lot better than Carson Beck.
Huh?
A lot better than Carson Beck last week.
Ewers, Carson Beck.
Yeah. You think they're neck and neck?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Wasn't really much about that game that showed a lot of potential for the future. Was a lot of freshmen, like I said earlier, getting a lot of playing time, which that's always great. And before the game on Saturday, this past Thursday, Scott Strickland came out and said that Napier is safe through the 2024 season, going into the 2025 season. So a lot of faith in the front office of the University of Florida. A lot of people had some hatred during the Florida-Texas game. A lot of memes were made about Strickland and the Florida Gators. But gotta have some faith in coaches. You never know what's going to happen because if you look at South Carolina, they stuck with Shane Beamer. A horrible team the first 2 years. Now he's turning it around. I know this is year 3 with Napier, but he has the hardest schedule any SEC team has seen in forever. Since the Vanderbilt team, I think it was like 2012, where they played like every top 5 team through that week. They played like Mississippi State when they were like top 3, Ole Miss, and then they played Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee. Bro, everybody that was good that year.
So bad.
But University of Florida had a bunch of challenges this year, a bunch of injuries. You never know what would have happened if everybody would have stayed healthy. Could have probably beat Georgia. Could have actually saw a lot of things go different, just like the Tennessee game. Could have ended up a lot different for us. But there's a lot of faith in what Napier can do, and they have good faith. And I'm starting to develop faith in what Napier could do. If he can bring in a good offensive coordinator this offseason, think it's going to be very good for the next season because recruiting is looking very good. Just picked up the number 1 recruiting kicker in this recruiting cycle. Flipped from Arkansas. His name is, I got it right here.
His name is
Evan Knoll. He was a current kicker commit. But we also are flipping a commit from Georgia, Stephon Shivers. He is the 49th best defensive lineman, according to 24/7 Sports. So that's always good right there. This past week, too, there was a quarterback commit that was at Florida State that Florida has able to get him to decommit from Florida State and have a verbal commit to Florida.
What do you mean got to get?
There was a lot of talks and a lot of visitations. So I don't know. FSU probably did that on their own.
What, did they suck this bad and fired it? Yes, that's what it shouldn't be that y'all put in your time and effort.
Man, there was some good time and effort into it. Hey, DJ Lagway sticks around for another season. We get another good quarterback behind him.
Travis Hunter and goes to Oklahoma.
No, you never know. More than likely.
Or Auburn.
Or Miami. He'll just go right down the line from FSU to Florida to Miami. And then he'll transfer to USF the next year.
And they'll be playing for Arkansas State.
Never know. Yeah, but there's a lot of hype. I wouldn't say hype, but a lot of hope for the next year to see what Billy Napier can do for this team. I know the Texas game didn't show a lot because there really wasn't our full entire team. But I got good faith in next year. Hopefully next year, a lot of older guys maybe go into the transfer portal, pick up some good wide receivers, maybe some good offensive linemen.
Get some boys for Lagway.
Yeah, get some good hands and good people for Lagway. That's what I'm trying to say right now. But yeah, hopefully we can beat LSU this next week. That is going to be played in Death Valley, so that's a very hard game.
Ooh.
Yes. And then the week after we play Ole Miss in Gainesville.
He said beat.
I was about to say meet, and then I said beat on accident. We meet Ole Miss in Gainesville and play them the week after, and then FSU here in Tallahassee. So hopefully, out of those 3 games, we can walk away with 2 wins and get bowl eligible.
You have to win 2 of them?
Yeah. We're 4-5 right now. Yeah. So if we win out, that was my prediction at the beginning of the season was 7-5, which more than likely it's not going to happen. Probably going to finish 6-6.
So
yeah, if Florida wins,
it's going to be interesting.
My prediction.
Yeah, you're gonna make Lane Kiffin run for the mountains.
Hey, you never know. Lane Kiffin's I think Lane Kiffin's staying in Ole Miss, especially after that win against Georgia. That was a good star on his resume. Beating Georgia at home, night game, top 5 matchup.
Biggest win of his career.
Yeah, so far it's his biggest win. And that's one thing that everybody was talking about. He can't win the big game. That was his problem at Tennessee, his problem at USC, his problem when he was at, I guess, FAU, because he did have those chances to have those big games. And he finally got that big game win for Ole Miss. So I think they're going to have more faith into him after that.
Where was he at Tennessee?
Oh, dude, way back in the day.
Oh, was he a head coach?
Yeah. He was a head coach at Tennessee before USC. He went to Tennessee, USC, Alabama, and then FAU.
That's right. That's why he was at Alabama, because that's where all the dead coaches go to get their careers revamped.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. He's had a long journey.
Yeah. Full of alcohol, probably. Did you see him post game?
Dude, he was very upset.
That man's on the sauce.
He was very upset, though, of them jump. We're going to get to that when we get to
What,
the Ole Miss
getting
game.
on the field twice?
Yeah, no, when they first jumped over the wall and started running, he looked over at one of his assistants' coach, and he said, "This is effing embarrassing," or effing ridiculous.
Okay. That's their first.
He was a little upset about that. Like, he was just like, come on. Like,
Yeah,
y'all
because
should
he
know
coached
better
it.
than
No,
that.
they don't know any better than that. That was their biggest winning program history.
Yeah, but the game's not over at that point. There's still 16 seconds on the clock. Somebody could pull a Miami.
And down 16?
Yeah, but... Dude, still game to play.
Yes. Pull a Miami and run the ball whenever they were already doing kneel downs.
I know, but still... It was 4th down. Still, the ball had to be turned over. Players were on the field.
Urban Meyer calling 3 timeouts.
Nobody stormed the field.
What's up with you and storming the field? Do you really?
You're the one that was hating on storming the field last week. Now you're loving storming the field this week.
I wasn't hating on storming the field.
Yeah,
For
you
who?
were. You asked me about the SEC schools storming the field.
No. I said about the hedges, not the storming the field. Every conference. I said the hedges. The hedges are stupid.
Hedges aren't stupid. They look pretty nice.
Why are hedges in a swamp?
Because they look nice. Why aren't there hedges at Doak?
Because it looks
The
ridiculous.
walls look bare. Look really weird. I don't like
they're
it.
not
I don't
bare.
like it.
They
I don't like it.
They have TVs.
Nah, you
on
need
them.
hedges.
I mean, you're the
Hedges? No hedges?
The SEC has to replace them and pay $125,000 to replace them. So who cares? Keep doing the hedges.
No hedge?
That's true because Florida can't win big games.
Hey, at least we got hedges.
Do you have a hedge fetish?
No, it's because you're hating on hedges.
Cracked. Who likes hedges?
SEC schools. Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
Vanderbilt's actually cool. They
Vanderbilt
don't
don't
have
have it.
Yeah.
Georgia. Kentucky, I think, has it. No, they don't. Arkansas does not have it. I think that's like only 6 schools in the SEC have it. I think Texas A&M has it. Probably not. I don't think they do. Texas don't have it. Oh, Oklahoma don't have it. The newer schools do not have it, but the old SEC schools have hedges. Facts.
Never knew. I'm not high-fiving something that I do not like. I think they're a waste of taxpayer money.
I think they look nice.
I'm glad you're a Florida fan. Yeah.
So how's Florida State doing? How's the rebuild?
How's Florida State doing? How's the rebuild? Wow. It's not going, actually, it's going better than Florida's. Even though we fired all of our offensive and defensive coordinators, which is what Florida's also going to do. We're just going to keep the head coach. which is what we're doing.
I think only one defensive coordinator is getting fired.
And your offensive coordinator.
We don't have an offensive coordinator.
Wait, Billy Napier's your offensive coordinator?
He's the one who's been calling plays, yes.
No way. Has this been it?
We've
this
been talking
entire
about this
season?
the whole entire season. Is this news to you?
A little bit. There it is. There's the one drop. I thought it was some 18-year-old incompetent kid calling the plays.
No.
Oh,
No, it's all Billy. So who's calling plays for Florida State, though?
Atkins.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, now he is?
No,
Or is he the one that got
was.
fired?
That one that got fired.
Oh.
Yeah. But the one who's calling offensive plays for Florida is staying.
Hey, we might get Atkins.
Please.
Nah, I'm joking. We're not going to take no
sign,
Atkins.
sign him to a max contract. That bum doesn't know how to recruit.
Nah, we need somebody who knows how to recruit.
Yeah, FSU's terrible.
Yeah. So what was the score of the Notre Dame game?
A lot to a very little. We scored 3 points on our opening drive.
52-3.
Yep, just enough to get my hope up.
Let's
Hopes
see
up.
what Brock did. Ooh, 5 for 18, 51 yards, and 2 interceptions.
Yep.
Ah, Toafili, look at him. 16 carries for 77 yards.
No. Why would I be high-fiving to that? You're such a troll. Funniest thing is if you would have played Notre Dame, you would have gotten 12 more points.
I think we would have scored over 21 points.
Congratulations.
Hey, I'm just...
Hobie, your quarterback from Yale is more competent than Brock Glenn is, so I don't...
He does have a good SAT, I bet.
I said competent.
Yeah.
He's from Yale. Kind of have to be smart.
He was a walk-on at Yale. That's even cool.
Oh, he's very smart.
Very smart.
He can't fake. He can't fake being smart.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Was there any bright spots on the game, though?
No.
Anything that you can pull from?
No.
Dang.
The punting was terrible. Defense folded eventually, like all things do when your offense can't score. Nothing. You know, it was the best thing. 3rd and Fuller getting fired.
So who are the 3 guys that got fired?
For right now?
Yeah.
Or the people who I know are going to get fired?
Okay, the 3 people as of right now got fired, and the more.
Atkins, who's the offensive coordinator. 3rd down and Fuller, Adam Fuller, defensive coordinator. And then the great GOAT receiving coach, Ron Dugans.
Which ain't a surprise after Keon Coleman tweeted out, nobody go to FSU under this wide receiver coach.
Yep. And then as soon as that pretty much, he was like, yep. Yeet. Yeah. Patrick Surtain's.
Do you think he's getting fired?
Probably. Hope.
Who is that?
Who was that idiot who was at Miami? Who was
I don't know.
before Al Golden?
I don't know.
I hate him. I hate him so much I can't even think of his name. And hate's a strong word.
That's very rude.
I would help him move out of his house once he gets fired.
Dang.
I actually help him get the stuff for it. Like, I'll have it moved out so when he gets fired, all he has to do is leave. And he's now the interim defensive coordinator until the end of the year, and he's getting fired too. Oh, he's cleaning house. Literally starting fresh.
You think Odell's safe? Or you
No.
think he's getting?
He needs to retire. Send his old bleep to the old folks home. Cremate him. I don't care. Homie can't recruit.
Odell can recruit.
No, he doesn't. No, he can't. Who?
I bet he could.
Who? Who is he recruiting?
I don't know. I'm not a Florida State fan. I don't know who he recruited.
Exactly.
He's just a nice guy.
Okay, nice. And that's the reason why the staff sucked. They're nice guys who are, no, I need someone who's going to be just an absolute
dog
scumbag.
Oh,
I need scumbag.
You want a scumbag?
I want a scumbag coach, at least one or two.
You better call him Jimbo Fisher.
Yep, Jimbo Fisher. No, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, Mike Norvell, if you have, he'll probably come and do it for free.
Nah.
Probably not for free because he is a scumbag. Bring Jimbo back to be the offensive coordinator. Bring his offensive back, but tell him the only way that he can come back is if he simplifies the offense. Randy Shannon. That was it.
What was that?
That was Randy Shannon. It was Randy Shannon. That was the guy's name.
What was that?
No, that's our defensive coordinator. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you okay?
Did you hear a whisper?
No. Did you hear a whisper?
Before you said Randy Shannon, I heard a whisper of Randy Shannon.
No. Are you for real?
Dude, serious.
Are you for real?
Dead
right now?
serious.
Are you
It was like
okay?
in my ear too.
No, it just came to my head. Randy Shannon.
But right before you said it, I heard a whisper of that.
Are you listening to my thoughts? There's no one in the closet. There is no one in the closet. There is no one in the closet. You're losing your mind right now. You're losing. Are you okay?
What?
No one said Randy. I was thinking, and then it popped in my head, Randy Shannon. I said Randy Shannon.
I'm gonna have to play that back because legit heard whisper Randy Shannon right before you said that. Not even like 2 seconds before you said that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's insane right now.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
That's insane. Tito said howdy. How long ago?
Are you okay?
About 20 minutes.
No. We need to Did you actually for real hear that?
Dead serious, bro. That was pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, you know why you heard that, right?
Why?
It's because someone said it through the door.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why you heard laughing. It's because she said, Randy Shannon.
Oh, I can't hear much of anything out there with these headphones on.
Randy Shannon. And I was like, oh, Randy Shannon. And you started freaking out. They must be watching it because I started hearing someone die laughing. Yes, Randy Shannon.
That's hilarious.
But yes, Randy Shannon needs to get fired. John Papuchis needs to get fired. They all need to get fired.
I feel you.
They're not getting. I promise you right now. If he becomes the next head coach somehow by default, like if he's trying to weasel his way to if Mike Norvell somehow gets fired, he's their interim head coach, I'm getting a tattoo removal.
Dang.
You think I'm going to let a former Miami player / Miami coach, head football coach,
Coach Florida State?
Coach Florida State?
Nah, bro.
That's like Steve Spurrier.
You know you like Steve Spurrier being a coach.
That gas. Oh, absolutely not. That drunk. Absolutely not. I don't like drunks.
I think
as my head coaches. I like
you had
dirtbags.
Jimbo Fisher as
he
a
wasn't
head
a
coach.
drunk. He was a
he was on
dirtbag.
speed. He was on speed.
Yeah. It's better than a drunk.
And Willie Tiger kind of he might have had a drinking problem.
He had a whole lot of problems.
He
That's
might
why
have had a
he got
drinking problem.
fired midway through the season.
That was impressive. Very impressive.
Well, so I thought y'all were about to pull another one this year, but your AD said, no, we got to outlast longer than Florida State. Which he has, 3 years. Barely a year and a half.
Yeah. If he can pull this out going 6-6 or 7-5, round of applause. I know I can't believe that is the roof I'm setting for a coach for Florida, but yeah.
So, what makes you think that you're going to...
I'm not saying we're going to have like a immaculate season next year, but
what makes you think you're going to win 2 out of 3 games
well,
with a 4-string quarterback?
Playing Ole Miss in the Swamp.
Yep.
I think it's a night game.
They're going to have to be playing for a spot in the SEC, either that or to be a 12 seed in the college football playoff.
And Florida is going to be playing for a bowl game if they don't beat LSU. Or if they do beat LSU, it's just playing for a bowl game no matter what against Ole Miss. But I really have a feeling that they can march into Death Valley and do it. They've done it before. The teams of Florida
With 4-string
that
quarterback.
had no hope going into Death Valley and winning it. They got DJ's going to be back this week. He's going to be healthy. Yeah, I saw that look.
So all this, DJ, he was only out 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, my gosh. You were acting like the man was crucified.
Dude, he got hurt during Georgia, and we didn't have him in Texas. So, well, we weren't going to play him
I
at
thought he
Texas.
was going to be out for the rest of the year. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, bleh.
At the time of the Georgia game and the time of the podcast last week, it was seeming that he was going to be out for the rest of the season. But by Wednesday, he was already showing up at practice. So, hopefully, he don't get hurt again.
Against LSU's defensive line, and then a week after that playing Ole Miss's defensive line, who just ate Carson Beck and Georgia up.
Yeah, that is true. Then it'll be our worst
You should've
quarterback
played
against
Ole
y'all's
Miss and
worst
all them.
quarterback.
No, it'll be y'all's worst quarterback against our best quarterback.
Beck? I mean,
Beck?
Brock?
No, Luke.
Oh, okay.
Forget. Small.
Oh, you going with the true freshman?
Absolutely.
We'll go with redshirt freshman. Y'all go with true freshman.
Absolutely.
Well, it's
Forget
either our
Brock
true
Gordon.
freshman or redshirt freshman. So
And throw 55 yards.
yeah.
It's Notre Dame.
So let's talk about some of the games that happened this past week. Some good games that top 5 matchups. Well, not like 1 versus 3, but top 5 matchups that were played. Some lost, like Georgia and Miami, and some just prevailed widely, like we knew they were going to, like Oregon and Ohio State. But let's start off with Oregon. They beat Maryland 39-18. I know Maryland is a team that is no surprise of beating for Oregon, but it kind of seems like this Oregon team is the team to beat for the Big Ten. And I'm here for it. I'm 100% here for it.
Here's my next prediction, because all of them have pretty much been correct except for anything to do with FSU. The national champion will be out of the Big Ten this year.
Either Ohio State or Oregon?
They'll be out of the Big Ten.
Okay.
Might be Indiana.
It could be Indiana. I would say. It could be them. They look really, really good this year.
But they haven't played anybody, which
But they look
I
really good
believe
for
this
their other
weekend
years.
They're playing Ohio State.
Yes, they do. I'm about to. Ooh.
That's pretty much
let's
the
touch
game.
on that for a second.
That's the game to pretty much take first place in the Big Ten.
Yeah. So the game. Well, it'll be second.
Oh
place,
no,
really.
second place to take the Big Ten.
So that's basically the game of the week.
No,
I say it's the game of the week.
Technic-
Indiana versus Ohio State.
Indiana hasn't lost a conference game. They're the only team that hasn't, right? Or
Oregon hasn't. Oregon's undefeated. Yeah. So
Hate Dylan Gabriel.
Indiana and Ohio State this weekend is a pretty big game. Playoff contention, Big Ten contention, all on the line for this. There's no college game day for it, which I get going to the Georgia-Tennessee game. Like, that's a pretty big game. But this is a pretty big game, too. Big noon or big whatever kickoff, their little game day show.
Big noon
They're
kickoff.
going to that, and they're having to kick off at noontime, right there in the middle of the day. I think it's stupid that Big Ten is doing this because they did it for the Penn State game, which could have been a night game whiteout, but they had to move to the whiteout game this past weekend for a night game, which was nothing. Like, they played I think they played nobody. Yeah, they played Washington. Destroyed Washington. But destroyed how that game was supposed to feel, being a night game. Destroying this game being a night game. Indiana finally being 10-0 for the first time in school history, playing Ohio State. And it feels like they did not get rewarded at all. Playing at noon. Where you have the people of Florida and Florida State playing horrible and get noon times, but somehow get night games.
Well, no. The Big Ten loves the noon slot.
They say that, but it's for me a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of people are hating on it.
Yes, but we do live in Florida. They live in the Midwest.
I guess so. I guess they don't want to be cold.
What?
They don't want to be cold at night.
Yeah. We want snow games so we can watch them on the TV.
Yeah.
They don't want snow games so they can, keep fingers and toes.
Mm-hmm. So Oregon and Ohio State both destroyed their opponents. Oregon 39, Maryland 18. Ohio State had 45 to Purdue's 0.
Purdue's
a big old
They're
shutout.
like us.
Yeah. Ole Miss, the big old upset of the week.
Carson Beck looked terrible.
Yes, Carson Beck looked absolutely horrible.
The rain did not help at all. No, but still.
Carson Beck went 20 for 31, 186 yards, and 1 interception with no touchdowns. And Jackson Dart, I think, didn't play as much as he was supposed to. I think he was out a quarter because he got hurt. But he went 13 for 22, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. But the biggest story that came off of this game was storming the field. And I did think it was pretty funny that they had to do one play with all the fans on both sidelines.
It was the entire sideline for Ole Miss. You had an offensive guard and then like 3 sorority girls just standing there waiting for the play to be over, which is what we're looking at right now. It was crazy.
I do have to say it was very smart by the Georgia team to send a bunch of their players to the locker room before they started storming the field.
Pretty much anybody that wasn't a starter on the field.
Yeah, because it does get very hectic when a lot of people get down there. A lot of players get lost because you saw it with the Alabama game when they lost. DeBoer was sitting there like trying to find all his players. He looked lost. All the players looked lost. Didn't know where the locker room were. But it was very smart for Georgia to do that. But there was one player that stayed out there and stayed on the field. And a lot of people are talking about him. There was an offensive lineman for Georgia that was celebrating with 2 Ole Miss fans down the middle of the field. Jumping up and down, laughing, hugging each other. Everybody was giving him hate, and he had to come out today and tell people that was an old high school friend that he hasn't seen since high school.
That plays for Ole Miss.
Yeah, and just came around the corner, and he was very excited to see him. And some troll basically recorded him at that moment and clipped out when the person walked up and just had him jumping up and down, happy that he saw his friend, which I thought that was rather rude of somebody blowing it up out of proportion. But it is college football, and people do that.
I think they should cut him. I'm playing. No.
I hate
A lot of
Georgia, but I
people-
won't. I won't
a
call
lot of
for
people, A lot of people do think that, though, which I find appalling.
that. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are saying he needs to transfer immediately and all this other kind of stuff. But just imagine if you've worked day in and day out on your football team. You don't have a lot of social hours to talk to your friends, especially friends you haven't seen since high school.
Yeah.
And then boom, you see him on a field right there. Like, I would have emotions similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that upset was great, but the one underneath it,
This is the best.
this
the
was
best,
near and
the
dear
best
to
game
my heart.
all season.
Oh, beautiful.
All season.
Georgia Tech does it again.
Back-to-back years of foiling Miami's perfect season.
Chef kiss.
When we can't beat Miami, they will.
Yes. Love Georgia Tech. They beat them 28-23. A lot of people were hoping that Cam Ward was going to have that beautiful comeback drive that he's had, I think, 3 times so far this season. And then
No.
nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it was very cool for Georgia Tech to pull off this upset like that. I think this upset was even better than what they did last year. Last year was hilarious.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. Miami fumbling the ball when all they should have done was kneel it, but they wanted to run it up the middle and get more yardage. But this year, Georgia Tech just beat them. Beat the living crap out of them. On all 4 quarters, it felt like Georgia Tech was going to win it no matter what. Which this whole season, multiple teams have done that to Miami. It looked like Virginia Tech was going to do it. Not Virginia Tech. Was it Virginia Tech?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Virginia Tech.
Pretty much every single
Louisville.
person they played.
Yeah, Louisville looked like they were going to do it. It's just, I don't know. Miami is not as good as a lot of people were saying they were, and Georgia Tech showed it this past weekend. The luck finally ran out for Miami.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, the ACC officiating and replay booth couldn't help them.
No, not at all.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Penn State moves on in the Big Ten. 35-6 against Washington. A big old blowout for them. Mississippi State and Tennessee. No surprise, Tennessee walks away with the win, blowing them out 33-14.
Wait, quick question before we continue.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your definition of a blowout? I've been wondering this the past few weeks, and it's been on the tip of my tongue, but I've never asked. What is your definition?
I'll say more than 21 points.
More than 21 points.
Yeah. It's a blowout. Like, not a blowout, but like, kind of blew them out.
It's not a blowout. Not a blowout, but just a blowout.
Yeah. I got to find a better word for it.
Handled.
Yeah, they well handled Mississippi State. I guess a blowout is more than 38 points.
Blowouts, like I'm thinking what FSU was doing to Idaho and Boise State and Idaho State.
Like 65-2.
Like 81-0.
That's not that is a blowout, but like that's like wow, that's a big high standard for a blowout.
67-14.
I think a blowout should be more than like 38 points. Well handled. Thank you for that. And I can use that. 21 points to 38.
Grammar.
Yeah.
Because technically, if it's more than 38 points, Tennessee only beat Mississippi State by 17.
Yeah, so it was
It's
well
only
handled.
2 booms.
Only 2 booms.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Tennessee, you only get 2 booms. Boom.
No, please, no. All right. Well, that's the end of the podcast. That was a good hour.
Florida
Thank you so
State,
much.
you have the doom.
Yeah, FSU was terrible. BYU, congrats on the Jew taking the Mormons too.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy last drive.
Yes.
But
In the Holy War, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I unironically, the Jew taking the Mormons.
the Holy
and
War
winning
of
the
all
Holy
holy
War.
wars. Yeah. Colorado and Texas Tech. It looked like there for a little bit Texas Tech was going to hold them off.
I really want Shador, and I want the Buffs to actually make it hit the college football playoff, so they get whooped by like 70 points.
You see the little beef that they had with a ball boy?
Yes, because he was taking the ball, even though you can't keep the ball. You don't keep balls. You can't keep a ball when you get an interception.
No.
Sorry. This isn't the NFL. And then Shador's always getting upset. And then he's like, oh. And I have friends and it's like, oh, why are you getting mad at Shador? And it's like because of his incompetence.
Yeah.
He thinks he's his dad, which he's not his dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's
kind of dumb.
Until he gets to the NFL and realizes he ain't his dad.
Yeah. Alabama and LSU. That game.
Oh God, I don't even want to really even. Talk
Alabama
about
just showed up and put the belt to the bottom to LSU.
That's not what I thought. I thought LSU.
Yeah, everybody thought it was going to be the other way around.
Yeah, well, Vegas was right.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. Not really crazy. The first half was crazy to me. Just to see Alabama go out there and do the exact opposite of what everybody was saying all day long was going to happen. They said LSU was going to go out there, be up 21-7 by the end of the first half. But nope, not at all.
Alabama can't do that.
Yeah,
they would hang the boar.
Them boys got a lot of pride. Alabama showed up and fought.
I think Nick Saban said if you lose this game, you're fired.
He probably showed up on the team meetings.
I'll come back to coach.
Yeah.
I'll come back to coach for free.
Missouri and Oklahoma. Mizzou pulls it off, winning 30-23. I got to say real quick to the Missouri coach, he thinks he's going to be playoff eligible after that win. Buddy, you had 2 back-to-back horrible weeks. There might be a possible way that he can win out on this season, but there's no way he's making that SEC championship game.
Yeah.
And his likely to make the playoffs is even slimmer.
And he beat barely arguably the worst team in the SEC.
Yeah.
Worst team in the SEC.
Struggling with one of the worst team in the SEC.
Yes, struggling with one of the worst teams.
Yeah. Barely. Just, so horrible. Army pulls off a win against North Texas, stays undefeated. They had, what was it, a 27-play drive? It was like 4 or 5 minutes long.
Who?
Army.
No, it was 13 minutes and 43.
13 minutes, that's what it was,
yeah. The entire quarter.
But it was like 27 plays.
97 yards, yep.
Dude, that's impressive.
Yeah. Just chew clock.
Yeah.
Chew clock. That's all they needed to do, and they got it done.
Another Florida school we can talk about that lost
again.
UCF kind of looks like their season has took a dive, kind of like Florida and Florida State's.
Yay! Coach Dilly got.
As of right now, for UCF, they are
Gus Malzahn.
4.
Get you some.
Oh yeah, Gus.
Man, Gus Malzahn's an interesting human being.
They're 4-6 right now.
Good.
Yeah. So, fun fact about Florida football, the state of Florida football. Everybody on the college level and NFL level has lost.
FBS and FCS.
The only team who didn't was FIU because they had a bye week.
And the Dolphins are playing right now.
And they have a chance.
Right now,
they have a chance to do it for the state of Florida.
Golly, they're 2-6.
Yeah.
Come on, Puka.
The Dolphins ain't doing too hot this year.
Nope. Neither the Bucks.
Nope. Well, the Bucks have had a lot of injuries this year.
Yeah,
we are going to be talking about them in a bit. But here's for our very good segment that I really like. Where's my... Oh no. I guess my little. Oh, here we go. All right. One of my favorite segments.
Oh, yes.
The game day threads. We're going to take a look at our uniforms that were worn this past week and talk about how good a lot of these look and how horrible some of these look. You ready?
I am ready. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's get into it.
And 3, 2, 1. Come on. All right. So first up, we got Cal with their throwback helmets with their jerseys. Big fan of those helmets. I really like them. Yeah.
Can't believe they lost to Florida State.
Yeah. Pretty sad.
Fun fact, they have not one single ACC win.
Really?
Yep.
So we got the Ragin' Cajuns with their cursive helmets. I'm a big fan of these.
Everyone with the okay. Now I'm getting and now I'm done. I'm sick of it.
You're
I'm
sick of the cursive
yes,
helmets?
everybody
now?
everybody has a cursive helmet. It's not even cool. Like a few of them are cool, but like everybody has it now. Florida State's gonna get a cursive helmet.
Probably. I think this is Kennesaw State with their patriotic uniforms. I think these are pretty cool. Kind of gives me a vibe of West Virginia's uniforms from back in the day.
I'm glad that their football is now D1.
Yeah.
Really good basketball team, but love the threads. Love the helmet.
Those are pretty cool. So we got Army's unis versus North Texas. North Texas with that blackout actually looks really cool.
It's the green, man. I can't do the green.
Really? I kind of like it. It looks really cool to me.
I like the black, though. Black looks dope.
Mm-hmm.
It goes well with the green and the white.
Yeah. We got Oklahoma State, or not Oklahoma State, Oregon State against San Diego State. Love those military appreciation uniforms. Those are awesome. 10 out of 10.
30 out of 10.
Yeah, those beautiful. So we got Arizona State's uniforms they wore against UCF. Love these, the military appreciation with them on the helmets too. I really like that.
I'm trying not to hiccup. Beautiful helmets.
They're very nice. I like them.
It's got me choked up.
Mizzou brought back the block helmets.
Ew!
Not a big fan of these. It kind of gives me high school vibes.
Michigan, bro.
It gives me high
It's
school
black
vibes.
Michigan. It's Detroit.
We got New Mexico versus Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky's wearing those throwback helmets, and New Mexico also has some cursive helmets over there. Both helmets look good to me. Texas Tech wearing the first ever Patrick Mahomes jerseys, done by Adidas. I thought these were actually pretty cool looking. So these helmets are dope.
Next week, they're doing a limited edition Taylor Swift jersey in uniform.
So we got Coastal Carolina playing Appalachian State with their patriotic helmets. I really do like these. These are pretty cool.
I do. I really do like them. I love everything Coastal does with their uniforms now. I love because of their Coastal Carolina blue.
Yeah, but I was like the Appalachian State helmet.
Oh, yes. I said yes, indeed, that as well.
Hawaii did a military appreciation helmets. These are pretty cool. I like them. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I like the state on the side of the helmet.
Like it's 10 booms.
Ooh. Maybe it gets 9 booms. I like these throwbacks. These are dope.
I love them.
Yeah.
They look like the Broncos, but like positively.
This is what the Broncos should have done.
This is what the Broncos should have done. Yes. Yes, this is what they should have done, but they didn't.
Yeah. Ole Miss wore their baby blue jerseys. Love them.
Yes.
I really like these jerseys when they pull them out.
Oh, even with the white top.
Mm-hmm. Like the navies look clean, but these are just something else about these. They are nice.
Oh yeah.
So with these, we got Jackson State and Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee with those patriotic helmets, love them.
Pretty decent. I would say 8.4.
8.4.
8.4.
I'd give it about an 8. TCU with their blood Horned Frog jerseys.
Yes.
Love them. Every time they do a rendition of these,
10 out of 10.
these are awesome. I'll give it about a 9.8 out of 10.
If
These
I
are
had to
pretty
get
good.
any other jersey that was FSU's, I'd probably get that one.
There you go. So we got Eastern Carolina with their grayish black and purple jerseys. I like these.
I like them.
Very clean. This is how you do a blackout jersey. Like we said before, make sure your colors stand out and be a blackout jersey. They did great.
This
with
is
them.
what Eastern Carolina should wear every game.
Yes. We also have Ball State with their blackout jerseys with the patriotic flag. Somebody said this looks like the guy standing in the hurricane holding the American flag. The Hurricane Warrior, I think that's what he's called.
The Hurricane Warrior.
Another cursive helmet. Fresno State does a patriotic Bulldogs helmet. I'm not a fan of these. Gives me a travel ball vibe, like those jerseys I used to
Oh,
wear.
yeah, like the Heat, Power Mill.
Yeah.
Next level. Oh, God. Yeah. No. Wrong.
One jerseys I didn't like were these Maryland jerseys. They look horrible. Very embarrassing for Under Armour people for playing up against Nike's Godchild. That's very embarrassing. Rutgers with their patriotic helmet, kind of bland to me, but those red jerseys,
Rutgers.
pretty cool to me.
I love the helmet and the jersey, even though they do look like NC State.
That's what it was reminding me of.
NC State.
Yeah. So we got Iowa with their patriotic helmets.
This is the patriotic helmet I like.
This is really good. Love it. UCLA wearing their throwback unis. Love those too. I like the font they have for the numbers. I'm big on that.
They did great. Overall.
Yeah. And that's it.
Perfect in every way.
Yeah, very perfect. Man, those jerseys behind that.
The FIU ones.
Yeah. Those are nice. We've seen some great jerseys this year.
We have.
Yeah, some very good ones. And at the end of the year, we're going to have a lot of helmets, cursive helmets, to go through and see which ones are the best. Kind of excited.
Huh?
You're going to be sick of looking at cursive.
Yeah. I'm already sick and tired of looking at cursive.
It is week 11. And it's, so many of them.
We have 4 more weeks.
Ain't that
People to
sad?
put out terrible cursive helmets. No. Burn it all down.
Florida State might do one that just says state on the side. Like Mississippi State and Michigan State's already done. If y'all do that.
Or we'll get hedges.
Hey, Hedges!
Hey. No.
Yeah. Let's talk about some NFL.
Hedges.
You ready to talk about that?
Oh, they just scored again.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So this past weekend, the Bucs hosted the San Francisco 49ers coming over to Tampa.
Wait, what was that score that it was updating to?
That was the Kansas City game from last week.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a pretty good game. Another game that Baker looks really good. And he's trying his hardest. The team, the team is not quitting at all.
No.
They still have a lot to give for this season. I have a feeling they still have a chance to run for the playoffs. But it kind of feels like without Godwin and Evans right now, it's a far reach.
I would explain it as the same way as Arkansas's chances of making the college football playoff. They're there. They're slim.
Yeah. So the Bucks barely lose to the 49ers 23-20. Baker Mayfield was 18 for 29, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. Brock Purdy did have a pretty good game, 25 for 36, 353 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Which one did you start?
Sadly, Baker.
No.
Yeah. I would have had a lot of points with Brock.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, he has 2. Both of those quarterbacks. I'll just see him in our fantasy league.
Hey, it was a 50-50 shot.
There is a 50-50 shot.
It was a 50.
There's always a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. Bucky Irvin did pretty well. He had 13 carries for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. Rashad White had some receiving yards, 6 receptions for 39 yards and 1 tutty.
Man, that's the leading receiver.
Yeah, that was our leading receiver this past week. It was pretty cool to see Ricky Pearsall get his first ever touchdown in the NFL. But it was sad seeing it happen against the Bucks. That was a little sad.
4 and
for me.
6 now.
Yes, I think we are.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We were 4 and 2.
What's the score right now for the Dolphins game? They are up 10-0.
No, bro. That means
Yeah.
that Puka is getting no yards. No.
So, bad news for all the people who are Bears fans. It kind of looks like they're on that cycle that they are on every 3 years. Draft a first-round pick, have a horrible coach during that time, blame everything on the coach, fire the coach, get a new coach, blame everything on the quarterback, trade the quarterback, and get a first-round pick, and then the cycle continues over and over again for the Bears. They did it with Mitch Trubisky. They did it with Justin Fields. And now they're doing it with Caleb Williams.
It's crazy how the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns, both starting with a C, have the same problem.
Same exact problem.
I think if both of them just used all their picks to get every single quarterback out of the draft, one of them have to work.
Yeah. Like, this was the Chicago Bears, who at the time was 4-4, playing a 2-7 Patriots team at home. You would think on paper, logistically, the Bears can't lose this game.
Yeah.
Not at all. Caleb Williams did have a couple of good games the past couple of weeks, and then you're like, okay, it's going to happen again. He comes out and he goes 16 for 30 for 120 yards. His receivers, I got to be honest with you, I don't like Caleb Williams. He puts it right in his receivers' hands 90% of the time. He has that problem that Jameis had when he was with the Bucks.
Yep.
A lot of talented wide receivers, but a lot of the times they're in situations where they can't catch the football. Drake May, somebody who has been having a horrible season as a rookie, had game this past week, but has a win.
He has no offensive line.
No offensive line whatsoever. I feel bad for him.
That's why they had Jacoby Brissett play for like 2 or 3 games so they could beat the ever-living dog crap out of him.
Yeah.
So then they could put Drake May back in.
Drake May went 15 for 25, 184 yards, 1 touchdown, more than
bad.
Caleb Williams, and 1 interception.
Not bad.
Yeah, so he did pretty well. Round of applause to Drake May. And that's about it. The Patriots did end up winning that game 19-3. That's a shame. The battle of mid right there.
That's the Battle of Mid. No, that's the
This one right
Battle
here?
of Pure.
Yeah, so this past Sunday, yesterday, there was a game that was played, I think it was in Germany.
It was, because
Yes.
the dude called a holding call in
Yeah.
German.
So I don't know if this was a way to give our last FU to Germany for World War II, but we sent two of the worst teams in the NFL. They could have sent
That's right.
They could have sent the Patriots, but sent the worst two teams in the NFL to go over there and duke it out. Carolina Panthers actually come out with a win,
Shockingly enough.
winning it 20-17 in overtime. The two worst teams had to go to overtime in Germany. I have a feeling there's a lot of people that watch that game and they're like,
This is American football.
this is what people are going crazy about?
But they're used to 1-1 games or 0-0 games.
That
where
is
they don't
true.
Score.
Yeah.
So 2017, I mean, hey.
That's pretty big for them.
I mean,
Daniel
scored
Jones
3 times each.
Daniel Jones did not have a day for himself. He went 22 for 37, 190 yards, and 2 interceptions.
It's terrible.
Bryce Young went 15 for 25, 126 yards, and 1 touchdown. So, not so well. Lamar Jackson finally got that win against the Bengals.
Man, even though Jamar Chase went off.
Jamar Chase was on fire that night.
Like 270 yards,
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
The Chiefs somehow get out of another game.
Yeah. Against Bo Nix and the Broncos.
I saw if the Chiefs did not have all those penalties randomly called through this season and this blocked field goal and 1 inch from the Ravens game, the Ravens should have beat them if that toe wasn't just barely over the line. The Chiefs would be 2-7 right now. If everything would have went the way that it should have been on all of those calls, I think they should be like four wins at right now. Yeah, they would be 4-5 or 4-6.
Dang.
Yeah. The Chiefs are getting lucky. The Bills, no surprise, pulling off against the Colts.
Allen, I love you, Josh Allen.
The Vikings, no surprise, beating the Jags. The Saints, this was crazy. Actually
Thank
pulled out.
goodness.
Yeah, they pulled out a win against the Falcons. Their first win.
Ha.
This was the Saints' first win in 7 games.
Yeah, since week 2.
Mm-hmm.
They were 2-0, and then they lost 7 straight games.
Yeah, it looked like
is
the Falcons were going to start being on a tear through the winning all their games this season, but the Saints finally was able to do something.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because they would have easily taken NFC South like that.
Real quick. The Cardinals destroyed the Jets. No surprise there. The Jets now only have, I think they're down to 3-7. Yeah.
Oh. And then
The Lions
Who
had a very
drops?
good game. Well, not a very good game.
you
But-
no win by 7.
Yeah, pulls out a win, I guess, against the Houston Texans.
Yeah, Jared Goff threw 5 picks.
Jared Goff, he was just giving the ball over to Houston. Just, hey, you can have
And
it.
it wasn't like the whole game. It was like 5 straight possessions, I think, he threw a pick.
There was a
Something
meme.
insane.
There was a little GIF meme of like that video of Trump where he's sitting there pointing, and then he goes like does a little thumbs up thing. It was like it said Jared Goff when he sees a Houston defender.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna throw it to you.
I'm going to throw it to you.
Yeah. CJ Stroud, I know he had 2 interceptions, but
He's a bum.
he's a lot better than people were
No,
calling him out to be at the beginning of last year. A lot of people are hating on him like they are with. It's okay. A lot of people are hating on Bryce Young
Got me
too right
10
now, but he
points.
finally got his flowers this past
10
weekend.
points.
He only got you 10 points.
Yep.
Dang, I'm sorry about that.
Brock Purdy had 30.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Dang, Chubba Hubbard had a game.
Yeah, but there were some cool uniforms that were worn.
There were a few.
Yeah, there were 3 that were really, really nice. The first one were the Houston Texans all reds that they just came out with this year. First time wearing these helmets, and I am a huge fan of them. Huge fan.
I'm glad you're a fan.
You don't like them?
No.
No.
But if one of us wasn't a fan of them, that'd be a problem. Like
Yeah.
if
But these helmets right here,
oh my!
I really
goodness.
like these. The all
Yes.
purple that the Ravens are wearing right now.
Yes.
Love them. This is actually the same design helmet that somebody did way back in the day as like a concept design, and they actually used it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do love the helmet.
I do like these black helmets that Carolina's wearing, especially with that blue. It looks really good.
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't that look good?
It kind of okay. I like it, but it kind of looks like the Jags. Kind of.
Oh, yeah, now that you say that. But the Jags wearing these white helmets.
Speaking of the butts,
These
it's the
look good.
Jacksonville butts. I do like it.
Yeah, I'm
Gives
a big
me
fan of
UCF
these.
vibes.
It does. It really does. Yeah,
He
and
moved to Orlando.
I think that was all the jerseys that was wore this past weekend.
Is that it?
Yep, and that was it. Yeah, not a good season for our sports teams.
Nope.
Braves came up short, same as the Red Sox.
I'm ready to talk about basketball next week.
Both our football teams weren't good. And it's just...
I thought both of our basketball teams were going to be good this year, but one of our head coaches doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself. Allegedly. But
multiple. Actually, I forgot to talk about that. In my personal opinion about that whole entire thing, if it's allegedly or not, if someone says that he did something, I do think for the good of the university, not have him automatically fired as soon as the news breaks out, but have him separated from the team, separated from the school until the whole trial is figured out. Because it's not a good look. Not something to play around with.
Well, no, he's just not overall a good look.
Yeah. It's just, this is something you don't play around with. And if this is a false allegation against him, shame on the person who did that. But if he did do this... Persons, shame on them for doing that. But if he did do this, that is not a good thing, and he should not have a job. No, he should be in jail. Prison.
He should be put in general population.
Yeah.
But good old Leonard Hamilton, the patron saint, got our boys at 3-0.
Yeah. Look at him go.
I know, this will be the year that he takes his band of misfit toys and non-first round draft picks and somehow takes this team. Should have been 2020. I'm still mad about that.
I'm sorry. That is something that's really
no one
sad.
can tell me. No, I think that is the closest what if that no one can tell me otherwise. That team would have whooped every single team in that tournament.
Probably.
All the starters are starters in the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them just got long-term contracts.
Yeah. Crazy to think about. So there is some news that is not college football or NFL. The NASCAR Cup Series has came to a close this past weekend in Phoenix.
No!
One person that we can't stand ended up winning the championship.
I'm surprised I didn't get a text.
His name is Joey Logano. Okay, so let me tell y'all something. Back in the day when NASCAR was very, very popular, they used to do the chase for the cup. Throughout the season, what they did was it was an average of how many laps you led and where you finished throughout the season. Makes sense, right? That's how you would say you averagely was the best person.
Yeah.
Like, you led the most lap, you had the most wins. So now they kind of did things differently. They have a slogan called "Win, You're In." So if you win a race throughout the season, you're automatically in the playoffs. There was one person I think made the playoffs by exception of points. And the points were done a little bit weird because you got points on where you finished, but you also got points where you finished in stages, so it kind of fluctuates your stuff. Some people got their points taken away for going into the pit box too fast or leaving the pit box too fast or having a scruffle at the end of the race. People had their points taken away. That's number 2.
What's number 3?
No, you dropped in your phone. That was your second time today. But throughout this season, Joey Logano did not have a good finish. His on average of finishing, I think, was like 17th or 18th. Not good enough to make the playoffs. The first half of the season before the All-Star break, I don't think he got in the top 10. I think twice he got in the top 10. He wrecked out through the first 5 races of the season.
Jeez.
There was him and 2 other people that made the playoffs that really shouldn't have made it. And I know I'm really salty because he's one of my least favorite drivers because he is a douchebag. One of the biggest persons out there is one of that. But it's just how they do the point standings with NASCAR. It's pissing off a lot of people, which during the season I was fine with it because, things working out in favor of some of the drivers I liked. But the more you think about it, and the more I keep reading on both sides of the parties, on people like posting stuff from last year and posting stuff of this year, I've been reading a bunch of stuff, and I'm starting to now convey my opinion more towards maybe we should go back to the chase. Maybe that makes more sense. They tried it. It's been 4 years with the playoff format. And basically all it's shown is it's giving more opportunity for rewarding these big time ownerships.
That can be complacent about winning.
Yeah, like Hendrick Motorsports, Penske.
Yeah.
Basically the 2 that have won the championship every year for the past 5 years. Joe Gibbs, another big organization. The chase, what made that so special was small racing teams like Stewart Haas Racing, this being their last race ever was this past year. They couldn't compete with the bigger organizations anymore with this playoff format. It kind of felt like these bigger teams were automatically shooed into the playoffs and were giving better advantages to win it. And you have teams like 2311. I know I don't like Denny Hamlin, but what Michael Jordan is doing with that team, it's very impressive, like him coming into the sport of NASCAR. But it's not cool seeing him being treated the way he is right now. Basically treated as like you get secondhand stuff from Joe Gibbs, which I get. You're buying stuff from Joe Gibbs. You're not a complete affiliate with them. But they're getting shafted on NASCAR part too because there's a lot of stipulations that they look the opposite way for Joe Gibbs or Rick Hendrick or Roger Penske. But for Michael Jordan right now, it's kind of like, you're the new guy on the street. We don't care about you. Like, you got to prove your point.
What we have. And that's,
yeah. Which
it's
he's
unfair.
shown a lot through the regular season. Tyler Reddick won the regular season championship, which that was very impressive. But if it was still the chase, I think Tyler Reddick should have been probably one of the two people in the chase. It would have been him or Kyle Larson because they had the most wins throughout the season and the best finishes.
But no.
Yeah. Things totally different than how it should have been.
Yes. Unfortunately. Bring NASCAR back.
Bring stock car racing back.
Bring stock car racing back.
Yeah. There's actually rumors that Honda or Nissan might be joining the NASCAR ranks here soon.
Oh, my gosh.
Or maybe Cadillac. I would like to see Cadillac join.
I thought Nissan already had.
No. Dodge used to be a part of NASCAR.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
I
the
wish
Nemo-
Dodge was still in.
Yep. Bring back. Bring it back.
You have any
Bring it
news
back.
on
Do I have any news?
MMA?
Other than Saturday is UFC 309, Stipe, John Jones.
Hey, you gonna watch that?
Am I going to watch it? Yeah, I'm going to watch it. Are you kidding me? Even though it's not even for that fight. That fight's a crap fight, to be honest. Jones, first round knockout.
Yeah. So we're getting closer and closer to our 50th episode.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. Hopefully we have a lot planned out. I think we're going to do some games for it, some quizzes, and basically try to make it a fun little podcast. We'll talk some sports, but because we have the 5, we can do a little more stuff. Might play some college football.
Might steal children. Who knows?
That would be a pretty crazy life.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
We go from getting
Teaching positivity.
discounted candy. By the way, the candy thing. Did you say candy?
No,
Thank goodness.
I was thinking we go from teaching positivity to kidnapping children.
I'm like the Dare Lion, except not.
Not a good guy. Yeah. I think that's about all the news we have for today.
I think it is too. Also, Israel or Palestine? Please do not answer that question. That was that was rhetorical.
Spanish or English?
English.
You haven't seen that TikTok? Where they say like English or Spanish, and then like everybody freezes.
Yes, it's English or Spanish, and then they ask it in English or Spanish.
Yeah, some people say Spanish or English. I should have said Español. Or
Better watch
Inglés.
out. We got Japanese gnats.
Yeah, there's a bunch of gnats in there.
1940s Japanese gnats. I don't want to say like Japanese gnats is like a racial thing.
Wow.
I'm thinking of the ones who like to hit the deck of planes going, or the deck of ships going very quick.
What?
Yeah, the planes, little gnats just flying.
You could have just said kamikaze gnats.
I mean, there's some viewers that might not know what a kamikaze pilot is.
Well, that gives them time to Google it.
Well, no, we're supposed to be an informative channel, aren't we?
Oh, well, let's teach them what a kamikaze is. So a kamikaze was a type of pilot for the Japanese Air Force that they would fly around and then they would find a target and they would fly directly towards the target while shooting their guns and killing them and their target.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that is the whole idea for them. That is like the highest honor that a pilot can have is being a kamikaze, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Which is the funniest thing, that every single one of those like that, or suicide bombers, the most holy and sacred is the one where you're just
Yeah.
well, there you go. There's
hey,
another
Sonny,
one.
you're
Thank
suicidal.
you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service.
You're suicidal. Get in this
Could you
plane and
imagine
fly
if
it
the
straight
Red
towards
Army
them.
had kamikaze pilots? They wouldn't have enough planes.
Imagine if they had like remote control back then.
Could you imagine if they had drones? Could you imagine if World War II had drones?
If World War II had the technology we had now,
It would have never happened.
that war would still be going on.
No.
I feel like if
I don't think it ever would have happened.
a world war happens now,
Franz Ferdinand would have never gotten shot in World War I if we had the technology we had.
that is true. They would have known.
Or homie would have gotten shot too quick, because you remember the first time the gun jammed,
Mm.
and then he had to turn around and go backwards, and then he had
Now
another
we're doing a
shot.
history lesson. Look at this.
Yeah. So maybe if he had the semi-automatic Glock, that you could, coming by for me, for instance, he could have just killed him right then, and time would have been different. Franz Ferdinand
Fulmers.
still would have died, but time would have been a little bit different.
Yeah, so if y'all looking for a piece to keep you safe,
If you're looking,
head
for a
on down to
piece
South Monroe,
to
not
keep
South
the
Monroe, North
peace.
Monroe.
If you want to get a piece to keep the peace
Yeah,
and keep your pieces, come see me.
yeah. Come see big
I'm an
old
arms
JT
dealer.
over there at Fulmer's Pawn Shop.
National arms dealer.
Ask
not
for
international
JT.
yet. No, please don't ask for JT. They'll look at you very strange. Ask for Pawn Daddy.
Who's that?
Josh Hood. One of my subordinates.
Huh.
No, ask for me. No, I don't want him to have my commission. He does very little. Yeah.
He's a profound arms dealer.
Well profound,
Yeah.
world renowned.
No, just well profound.
Well profound, world renowned,
No, well
and
profound.
ready to get down. Okay.
Yeah. You ready to sign out?
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yes.
kind of hungry.
Indeed. Yes. Well, thank you very much for listening to us for these 2 hours we've been on.
Yes.
We really do appreciate it. Did you unhook your mic?
No, I was about to.
Okay. You're about to unhook your mic?
Yeah. Yeah, thank y'all so much for joining us here today. It's been a blast. It's always
Yes.
been a blast.
Always.
But yeah,
Yeah. We will talk to y'all later. Make sure to follow us on our Twitch and Instagram pages to stay up to date with everything going on, and our personal streams as well.
for sure, for sure. Love you guys. Thank y'all.